The impossible reading. The medical scanner hummed softly in the sterile white chamber of Zenith 7 station, casting blue light across the examination room. Dr. Kelrian stood before the holographic display, his three-fingered hands clasped behind his back as he studied the results with growing confusion. His silver skin reflected the glow of the monitors, and his large black eyes narrowed in concentration. Marcus Webb sat on the examination platform, swinging his legs impatiently. He wore the standard gray jumpsuit of a station mechanic, stained with grease and coolant from his morning shift in the engine bay. His brown hair stuck up in odd directions, and his calloused hands drummed against the metal surface beneath him. "Is this going to take much longer, Doc?" Marcus asked, checking the time display on his wrist unit. "I've got a plasma conduit repair scheduled in 30 minutes. Dr. Kelrian did not respond immediately. His attention remained fixed on the scanner results floating before him. The Xylothi physician had spent 47 years treating countless species across the galaxy. He had diagnosed crystalline parasites in Thordian miners, treated radiation poisoning in Vex traders, and even performed surgery on a collective ambassador. Never once had his equipment given him false readings, until today. "Please remain still," Dr. Kelrian finally said, his voice melodic but strained. "I need to run the scan again." Marcus sighed but settled back against the platform. "Doc, you've already scanned me 3 times. I just needed a standard health clearance for the deep space rotation." "It's routine stuff." The scanner activated once more, bathing Marcus in a cone of pale green light. Microscopic sensors analyzed every cell, every strand of DNA, every biological marker that made Marcus human. The process took exactly 90 seconds. When it finished, Dr. Kelrian stared at the results in stunned silence. Royal lineage detected. Priority alpha status confirmed. Genetic markers. Valorian Royal Guard. Authorization level Omega Supreme. "This cannot be correct," Dr. Kelrian muttered, his translator converting his native clicks and whistles into standard galactic speech. He tapped commands into the console with increasing urgency. "Computer, run full diagnostic on medical scanner array 7, a pleasant artificial voice responded. "All systems functioning within normal parameters. No errors detected. Scanner accuracy rate, 99.97%. Marcus sat up straighter, his casual demeanor shifting to concern. "What's wrong? Am I sick or something?" Dr. Kelrian turned to face him, and Marcus noticed something he had never seen in the calm physician before. Fear. Real, genuine fear flickered in those enormous dark eyes. "Mr. Webb, have you ever heard of the Valorian Empire?" Marcus scratched his head. "Maybe in a history download? I'm not really big on ancient civilizations. I fix engines, not study dead aliens." "They are not aliens to you," Dr. Kelrian said quietly. "According to these scans, they are your ancestors." The words hung in the air like a physical thing. Marcus laughed, a short, nervous sound. "Come on, Doc, I'm human. Born on Mars Colony 7, parents were both from Earth. We've got family records going back to the 21st century. There's no alien royalty in my family tree." Dr. Kelrian moved to a secondary console and pulled up a different display. A complex genetic map appeared, showing branching lines of heredity that stretched across the hologram like the roots of an ancient tree. He highlighted a section in gold. "The Valorian Empire ruled 17 sectors of the galaxy 60,000 years ago," the doctor explained, his voice taking on the tone of someone reciting a history lesson, while simultaneously trying to convince himself it was true. "They possessed technology that made our current civilization look primitive. Their ships could cross the galaxy in days. Their weapons could crack planets. Their knowledge of genetics was so advanced they could modify entire species." Marcus climbed off the examination platform and walked closer to the display. "Okay, but what does this have to do with me? They're extinct, right?" "That is what everyone believed," Dr. Kelrian said. "The Valorians vanished completely. No ruins, no survivors, no explanation, just gone. It has been the greatest mystery in galactic archaeology for millennia." He pointed to the golden highlights in Marcus's genetic code. "Until now." The door to the medical bay slid open, and a young Zithari assistant entered carrying a data pad. Her scales shimmered with nervous purple hues as she approached. "Dr. Kelrian, I have completed the cross-reference you requested." "And?" the doctor prompted. The assistant's scales flushed darker purple. "The genetic markers are authentic. I ran them through every verification protocol in the database. Mr. Webb's DNA contains 17 distinct Valorian Royal Guard sequences. The probability of random mutation creating this pattern is, she paused, checking her datapad, approximately 1 in 800 trillion. Marcus felt his stomach tighten. Wait, hold on. You're telling me I'm part alien?
How is that even possible?
Dr. Kelrian pulled up another display, this one showing Earth's evolutionary timeline. Human genetic records show several unexplained anomalies, sudden jumps in cognitive ability, tool use, abstract reasoning. These changes happened approximately 48,000 years ago. He highlighted the dates. 12,000 years after the Valorians disappeared. The implications settled over Marcus like a heavy blanket. You think they came to Earth? I think they hit on Earth, Dr. Kelrian corrected. Whatever destroyed the Valorian Empire, whatever force made them abandon their technology and their civilization, it must have been terrible beyond imagination. So terrible that they chose to disappear completely, to scatter across primitive worlds and blend into developing species. Marcus ran a hand through his hair, his mind racing. But that was thousands of generations ago. Why would their DNA suddenly show up now in me? Genetic expression is complex, the Zithari assistant offered. Dormant genes can remain inactive for countless generations before the right combination triggers their activation. You might be the first in your entire lineage to express the full Valorian genetic code. Dr. Kelrian's console suddenly chimed with an alert. He glanced at it and his silver skin paled to an almost white shade. This is very concerning. What now? Marcus asked, though he was not sure he wanted to know. The doctor's hands trembled slightly as he worked the controls. The scanner that identified your genetic markers is connected to the station's main database. That database is connected to the Galactic Archive network. And according to this alert, he trailed off, his voice barely above a whisper. Your genetic signature has just been logged in 743 different systems across the galaxy. Marcus felt cold despite the warm temperature of the medical bay. Is that bad? Dr. Kelrian looked at him with an expression that mixed awe and terror. Mr. Webb, the Valorian Royal Guard were not simply warriors. They were genetic keys, living codes designed to access sealed facilities, ancient weapons, and classified databases that have been locked for 60,000 years. He paused, choosing his next words carefully. And you just announced to the entire galaxy that one of those keys still exists. In the silence that followed, Marcus heard the steady hum of the station's engines, the distant chatter of voices in the corridor outside, the soft beeping of medical equipment. Everything sounded normal, ordinary, safe. But as he looked at the fear in Dr. Kelrian's eyes and the glowing genetic map that marked him as something far more than a simple mechanic, Marcus Webb understood that his ordinary life had just ended, and somewhere in the vast darkness between stars, something ancient began to stir.